We're live. Hello,
Hi.
everybody. Surprise. Oh my gosh, something super spiritual takeover. Literally, we decided to give Jeffrey the night off.
Oh, I love that. I hope he's having a good time.
Well, what I'll share with you guys is that Jeffrey was obviously planning on being here tonight, and a couple of hours ago discovered that his computer was acting up, and as he tried to figure things out, it completely shut off. And so he is currently at the Apple store getting support, trying to get his computer. So if we can send him like good juju, that's what Jeffrey would say, for his computer, because it's not that old. And so these things happen, and yet we're thinking it's going to be a quick fix. So sending lots of positive energy. He might pop into the chat, which would be lovely. And look who we have. We have the lovely Debbie Romero, who I've had Debbie on my channel before. Debbie has been on Jeffrey's channel before. She's basically everywhere. And so in Jeffrey and I's little bit of a, oh, what's going to happen? I was like, Debbie Romero. So I reach out and she is here. And so thank you so much for saying yes and making the time, having the time. You know what this community is all about. It's so loving. And so I'm just so happy that you're here, Debbie. Oh, she's muted. Let's hear your
Hold up. Very honored and privileged to be here. I adore you, Kevin. When we went and held space together and sitting in the power, I got to be part of your community, and it has been an amazing ride. For the last year, we've been trying to connect, and we are connecting. Shout out to our friend Jeffrey as he gets what he's needed. Oh, look at Jeffrey Peck Medium is in the house. Hey,
Look at him, he's like a moderator. He's putting links in there. Amazing. He's totally working it.
So cute. If you don't follow Kevin, for those who are following me, please follow Kevin Lewis and Jeffrey Peck Medium. Let's correct that. Let's get that.
He is that as well, because he has a Facebook, but with both pages. But yes, Jeffrey Peck Medium is where you'll find him. Hi, Jeffrey. We're curious, how's the computer going? Hopefully good. Hopefully it's fixed.
Right. Definitely.
So Debbie, what's been going on for you? I know you're in California, and of course, everybody is aware of what's happening, the fires, and so just give us a little update of how things are going.
Oh, well, not for me. I'm okay. I'm safe. There was a time where I was affected by the smoke when it first started. So I'm in the Ventura County area, and when it first started, it's in the Santa Monica area, Santa Barbara region, and I'm about 40 minutes away from like Santa Monica, Malibu. But the smoke did not make it this way as it continued to grow, and then it grew again as it progressed. It hit. The one that got me was the Hughes fire, which the smoke made it this way within like an hour. Wow. And it was very intense. I'm still very nasal, but what's beautiful was spirit, right? I've been guided to do the heat and the steam as I've been working out, and my team has been getting me ready physically within the last year. So I've been being inspired by spirit to take care of myself, and as we all do, right? Yeah. And I remember jumping into a class with a friend named Colin Walker back in the UK, and he says, you have a friend that's in your area who does trance, and she's in your area. And I'm like, who do I work with in my area? I had to think about it for a second with trance. And he was right. The minute the fires hit, she is a local healer, and she's actually was much closer than I was from the fire. And spirit said, check on her. And I called and checked on her, and she did. She goes, she has a message for you. And she did. It was take care of your bronchial, take care of your cleaning out the bronchial so that we don't get sick, the sinuses and how it can. And I did. For a day, I had the headache and I had the smoke. It was just very intense. But I was already on that. And then for her to say that and to incorporate the different natural remedies to take care of oneself, it was like boom, boom, boom. From the UK, Spirit got me and made sure I was taken care of and the connection was made. And so, trying to take the step forward into living and taking care of the basic things, it's almost like you feel bad because once the air is cleared, the fires are still going. I was like, okay, let's go to the gym, let's go do this photo shoot, or let's go do these things. And it's very heartbreaking because now once the air cleared here, we were still working through the aftermath of it. And this is a reminder that many people will continue to go through the aftermath after a natural disaster. It
Right.
does, just because the fire is out does not mean that the solutions are done. There's so much to do. And we are actually doing a fundraiser this Sunday with Jules Davis for the LA area. And so if anyone wants to jump into a dam and give back and support, this would be a great way to give back to help the community.
Beautiful. And Debbie, you work tirelessly around being, in contribution and service with Spirit, and and I think that's what it's about. Like when we're receiving, we're also giving as well. And you're the epitome for me of that. Being in service, and I got to join you on that. Especially, it was going to be a sitting in the power, and it was, in the energy of what people were going through, and it was a beautiful time to, just share that energy with people, and give them what they might need in the moment. So reassurance, right. A sense of hope that we're in it together, and the work does continue. So.
Right. I love that. And when you did that within your community and then you came to our community, everyone around the world came together to hold space, and to be a service to Spirit is a privilege. To let the energies to work through us in a way that we're not in charge of. Yeah. They know where the energy needs to go. And so when everyone comes, Stacia, Janelle, and Nancy, and everyone that's popping in here, all of you are here today with the power of Spirit and self. And because of their energies, we're able to amplify and connect to the links that are necessary for the messages. So all of us are doing our part. And so I love that you say that, but everyone that's also here is bringing that to the table.
Yeah. Well, I think not to get into it or say what your experience has been, but I know that a lot of people have felt moments of feeling it's competitive, and that kind of, and it's like, that's just not within my nature. And so finding the alignment with people who are sharing and, not just holding it for themselves, or it's like close knit to this community and really spreading things is really the intention of this work, and in that, it just feels so good when we connect with other communities that are doing the same. It's so important. So
it does. And that's where the love is felt. The heart-centered energy can flow in such a natural way. So I love how Spirit brought us together and how we're able to open up the platform in this way. So I love it.
I love it too. All right. So we are going to do some questions tonight. If you guys want to, I see some of you have already put some in the chat, the capital letters. We have Brianna backstage, which is such a treat. Oh my gosh. Jeffrey introduced me and now you to Brianna, and she is phenomenal with just helping us. And it's it's great, but then I kind of let my guard down, and I sometimes, so you'll have to keep me on track if I start to get distracted. But Jeffrey, he put your link for the event in the chat, didn't he?
Did. Thank you. He did. Thank you. If he didn't, if you follow me on YouTube, it's there as well. So there's a post that's posted in reference to the fundraiser.
Beautiful.
It's on Eventbrite. And Find Jules Davis. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. It's on Eventbrite at Find Jules.
Yeah, Jules Davis.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And here I am thinking that it's Jeffrey, but it's actually Brianna.
Thank you, Ariana, girl. Thank you. Gorgeous. We appreciate everything. Everything that can
My
that
God.
that they
Yeah.
can do to help. We appreciate it. Thank you, Wendy Victoria. Thank you.
We're just making up our own rules as we take over Jeffrey's channel.
It's
That's
called
just the way
Take
it's gonna
for
be.
Something Super Spiritual. We took over. He's in the comments. We see you, Jeffrey.
You have the best laugh. It makes me laugh.
I love
All right,
it.
let's do
Okay,
some questions here.
let's do it.
This one, and Doug Serby is asking, hi, please let me know if I can retire this year from my stressful job. Been manifesting to make this happen. Debbie, do you want to start with this one?
Sure. Hi, Doug. Thank you so kindly for being here.
Hmm.
Immediately when his energy and his essence comes
Oh,
close to me, oh, there he's already got a card for you, bro. That's your energy.
it flipped out. Did you hear? I was like,
Well, I feel like his whole heart, his whole entire being is like, I had to go. So he is actually breathing through this baby. Like he's got all life forces, right? So I say 4 or 5 years ago, you made a choice and a decision to take a break. As I say this, there's a reference to a woman that's around you. There was this feeling of caring or taking care of her. And as I say this, I feel summer feels really good. So I would definitely look into your pension, look into your options, your 401. I get the sense you've been really cool about and restricted from pulling from it. But I also feel that you've invested in other things, whether these are stocks or bonds or on the stock market. And so I say, dude, let me give you some money. Let me hook you up. I also get the sense that you like to play the lottery because all of a sudden, like you're like, I know I'm going to hit big. So Doug, I want to say abundance is all around you. Feels great. I agree with my friend here, Kevin. For
wonderful.
sure. Yeah.
And I did pull one other card. This one actually just jumped out as well. And it's the
Uh-huh.
choices card. And I think because I love the energy that you've put into manifesting this, Doug, the creation of what you're creating feels really good. And in the, Debbie, just to say that part about the gambling, it's like this risk, you know, and I feel
Yes.
like there's that energy of the risk that you're taking and know that it is aligning. And I feel like you really do have the power to make this decision to move on to the next chapter, you know, and
Yeah.
that's really exciting. So in that movement, the change can be a lot of different things, but when we recognize that you've really worked at this, you know, be in the recognition of your own power. So
Right.
well done.
Can I add to that really quickly,
Yeah.
Kevin, if you don't mind? There's a gentleman in spirit who feels very much like a father, and this gentleman just comes in and he's just really admiring the work that you've done. I feel as he acknowledges, you know, the work, I get drawn to the legs for you. And so it's like your body has been feeling the workload that you've been carrying. As I feel into this essence, he takes me to his lungs. I know as his energy comes close to me, he feels very much like that father. I get the sense it's like he's giving you the strength to continue. So I want to give the word believe in thyself as the journey is coming to a close. Does not mean that this chapter is closed. It just means a new opportunity is going to come. As I say this, I feel business, a self business or things that for yourself that will be incorporated. And I just feel like he's your biggest protector. As you pull that card, I just even felt that native connection, that healing around him. So he's a very sensitive soul, intuitive himself. And I just want to bring that healing energy to share that healing energy that you embody as well. So I just wanted to really quickly leave you with that because it was coming in very close. And I love how you did that for him, Kevin. I say, God bless, Doug. Enjoy that. You've earned it.
All righty. Y'all feel the energy? Debbie brings it. Debbie brings it.
I don't mean to.
Oh, no, in the best of way. It's please, more please. The energy that you create is magnificent, Debbie. I'm just going to read something here. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something in that little chat. All right. Do you want to choose mine? Do you want to do that?
Let's go. Sure. Let's do roll call. Let's do this roll call. Who's here? Where are you guys from? Let's see how we all come together around the world as we take over Jeffrey's platform. And shout out to those that are Mediumship 101, y'all. Shout out to you guys for watching and holding space. Canada's in the house.
Yay.
Caffeine Pump, let's go, Ness. Let's go. California time. Maine is in the house. I can't help it. I'll pick Louise for you. Louise is the moderator of Mediumship Development 101. If you guys are not following her, give her a follow, and I'll let you work with Louise from the UK.
Wonderful. Louise. I love the name, Louise.
I know.
I'm back to that energy of the choices, Louise, and I feel like you've been going through some real interesting times in your life, and especially right now, kind of even just in the last 6 to 8 weeks, there's highlight around that, and there's an emphasis about you. Oh, that's so beautiful. I'll get to you as well. About the choices that you're making, and it's like you're still you're recognizing the discomfort that you have as these new kind of like energies come in, these new choices, these new opportunities for you, and yet you're doing different is what Spirit's making me feel. And it's like you stepping into the discomfort is a big part of it, and that's how you're moving through it. It's the choices, and sometimes we make it a whole lot more complicated than it is. And it's not to say that it can't be challenging, but ultimately you're making beautiful choices, and Spirit's really acknowledging you for the bravery and for the commitment that you've had in kind of standing in this place that it feels somewhat new, in being unwavering. And I feel like this energy around the boundaries that you've put up in some of your relationships is somewhat new to you, and it's uncomfortable. And yet it's like you really wanted to do this. You really wanted to make these changes in your life. And it's happening for you. So it's like, yes, wrong choices, interesting. And so in that's the learning. And so even in the energy of looking at things that we've done, it wrong, or we've made wrong choices, Spirit's really wanting you to know that you made your next best decision in those moments. And now things are different and they're going to unfold. And I feel like this quickness around, it's like tap into the energy of Debbie, because I feel like the things that are unfolding for you are even going to start to speed up more. The more that you move into the energies that you're working with and creating, I feel like it's really going to be go time for you. It's really going to be go time. And so fasten your seatbelt, but I say that in the most beautiful way. Spirit's really holding you at this time. So lots of excitement. And one last little thing is not to forget to celebrate what you've accomplished. Take a moment, be in the pause, be in the stillness, really celebrate, even if they're tiny. Congratulate yourself, honor yourself, and keep moving forward. It's going to be a wonderful year for you, Louise. I think it's going to be a wonderful year for you. Debbie, do you want to add anything to that?
Do you know what I think is so adorable? Wendy's in here. Wendy Victoria from the UK as well. And she's like, Lulu, go, Lulu. I just pulled 3 cards really quickly. I just want to validate what Kevin is saying for you, gorgeous. I agree. She is definitely going to take off. She is now networking with you and I, and we're going to get you on her page as well. We're going to make sure that we can get some love on that side of the world as well. And so this transformation card is what I got. Goes with the choices and the changes and empowering of what she's gone through, right? When we do things, we do it uncomfortable. So stay grounded, gorgeous. Look at this beautiful card of that earth, right? And I get the sense as you speak of that celebrate, I want to agree. Keep shining, gorgeous, shine. Use that voice, speak up, pass out those flyers, make those demands, and stay true to thyself. I get the sense that you have been this new platform, these new things that are unfolding. It comes with integrity, it comes with love, and it comes with purpose. You've set an intention last year. You wanted to do things different, which is why January has blown up for you, because you talked to God in spirit and you had a private conversation with self, and they're saying, baby, let the red carpet unfold. So I love what you're saying. Don't dim that light. Keep shining bright because spirit is all
Mhm.
around you. Angels. I get angels. Ooh, yes. Okay. So that's what I just wanted to add. And shout out to Victoria Windy out there watching as well. Lots
Aw,
of love, guys.
beautiful.
Yeah.
What does this say? Just one picture. Stranger, intimate, Debbie, do you want to go into the energy of this one?
What do you see for friendships, community, romance for me 2025? Basically, stronger, intimate relationships. Ooh, platonic and romantic. I said, Ness, girl. You are this girl that, like, you see my hair, like, I want to flick my hair. I don't care who I am and who sees it. So you're in your power, baby girl. And so when I say in this power, it's like, come on, get in the car. Where are we going? Have you ever seen that meme with the Care Bears? You must like social media because they give me the meme with the Care Bears and the Care Bear girl goes in there and she's got her glasses on and she's like, we're going to another vibration. So we're moving you on up is what I'm hearing is the sense
Mhm.
I get. So the choices, we're going to give you new choices, but I want to elevate those choices. And I get the sense as I say this, we want to look at people that have healthy experiences. I want to bring you someone that's going to have an opportunity that's going to take care of you because I get the sense that you've been this mother that has nourished the people that you've dated or that you've connected to, right, babe? And so as I say this, it's like partnership. Let me see what they show me. September, either you went through something where you let go of relationships and friendships, and I feel like March is going to unravel for you in a beautiful way. Two new people will be coming in. It's very interesting. I see a man and a woman. So when we say platonic, I also feel friendships also. So I want to bring friendships around March. September, let's go back to September because they're having me go back to this. Things kind of went through a shift for you, if this makes sense. Ness, baby girl, if you're in here, I would love to hear a yes and a no, just to get an idea of where you're at. But I feel like everything is open. I feel like you're ready. You're ready to travel. You're ready to take off. It's like nothing is holding you back. I feel you've been thinking of a person in spirit. I feel like there's a person in spirit. So you've been healing. And I get the sense that it hasn't been easy as well. And so a lot of the things that you've done privately and how you've been working through, I don't want to use the word shadow, but how you've been working through your grief has been very personal. And as I say, sit with this, celebrate that movement and the decision to take the leap of faith on self. And so as I say this, you're doing an amazing job and where you are in this exact moment. Trust the process.
Mm.
Yes, there are people coming. And yes, this man in spirit is like this gentleman. He's just acknowledging like that heart, like almost like I'm wearing this like leather jacket and I got this like bad boy kind of vibe on me. And I feel like, it reminds me of like Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning, go Grease. I feel like you got some vibes around you, babe. And I know Kevin is here, but I got the name Kevin and being acknowledged. So I feel like either how you're going to be playing a role in her life in some way. I just get the sense it's like, let me move the energies, let me hold space. So I feel like this community has allowed her to shift her way of working and connecting to the new energies. So I say yes, enjoy that.
I'm just going to quickly just add this. I couldn't have got three better cards. Spirit's really just acknowledging the love, the seeking, and that sense of hope. And underneath it, I think, Debbie, it was like, I heard the echo when you said the word trust. And I think that's really the foundation of you really just trusting in the energy of love. And whether that be, and I love it that you've opened it into friendships, community, romantic, platonic, just really being in that expression of love. Your soul's really desiring that connection of love, soul to soul. And so just, I couldn't agree more that things are really there for you. And it feels like a bit of this theme around the choices, because we have to take action in it. We just sit back and be like, but we have to take action in it. And so you trusting in this and having that sense of hope, that will really anchor you in some beautiful relationships. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I can feel that soul to soul connection that you speak of, Kevin. And I think a lot of us, we emphasize on that love and that heart-centered energy. And when you're in that space, right, that higher self, that pure essence, it's an alignment of your true self. And so the way I felt it and saw her, she's just open. And I love how you said, take that leap of faith and go. Like, get in the car, go, girl, go. Yeah, so beautifully done. I love that. She has great energy.
Beautiful. She does.
Mhm.
All right. Where are we going next? Where are we
Oh,
going
let's see who's
next?
still here. Who's here?
Roll call.
Roll call, baby. Where y'all at? Who? You're like, what's up? Where's the roll call?
Let us
Who's?
know you're
I'm going
here.
to cry now. I'm cutting
Absolutely.
onions. Oh my gosh. It's the onions, baby. It's the
Aw,
onions.
beautifulness.
Oh, Brooklyn is in the house. Hey, Stephanie. I love that. Oh, Jennifer McCormick girl. Do you not sleep, baby? What is it? Midnight out there? I love you.
Oh my gosh. Is she in the UK?
She is.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It's after midnight. Yeah.
Yes. I love this for her. Okay.
I
Are we
love Debbie's
picking?
laugh.
Are
I
you
don't know.
What do you want me to do?
You do. Let's
We could sit here all night. I'll laugh. What's up, Miss Gabi Sanchez from Texas? Okay, so I'll pick one for you. Let's
Okay.
go to Kim Andrews. Kim Andrews.
Kim Andrews.
There you go.
Beautiful. Like the light of the party.
I know.
I'm aware of a grandmother energy that's stepping forward. Kim, if you're still here, I'm just curious. I'm hearing the name Mary connected to this beautiful lady that's stepping forward. She's highlighting the month of September being important, and she's bringing this, it's really beautiful. She's bringing this energy of green light that's coming. And so if you would understand someone kind of in your circle needing a little extra healing at this time, I feel like I'm on paternal side. So perhaps dad's mother on the spirit side. Just let me know if you understand that so far. And let's see what she's bringing forward. As she comes forward, I am aware of my my chest. So chest, kind of heart, lungs, awareness of my chest with her.
Yes.
Okay. Yes to all of it, or
Oh, she just said yes.
And it's interesting. Would you understand recently? Because I feel like I'm in your. Sorry to get in your business, but I feel like I'm in your kitchen, and I'm looking kind of like into the dining room, if you'd understand, and I'm seeing fresh flowers. Would you understand that? In recent, having the fresh flowers in your house, I feel like this is your house. I'm seeing yellow flowers. Or perhaps she's just showing me in connection with her. And would you understand this as dad's mom? Is this your dad's mom? Grandma on your dad's side? I'm also aware if you would understand having a sister, because she's bringing me to like other grandchildren, and so I feel like that reach is to acknowledge the other grandchildren, in particular what feels like a sister to you, Kim. Birthday, yes. Okay, interesting. And I know Debbie's from California, but would you understand a connection also to the state of California, or the significance of California? I'm actually seeing Mickey Mouse. And it's interesting too, the energy of the healing is important. She's, yes, sister, and do you understand the energy of someone just in your circle needing a little extra support right now? Because she's stopping me with that green, and it feels really important that we just acknowledge that the person that's going, and if that's you, that's okay, that as well. Of course, they would want to reach everybody. And I also want to talk about the choices that yes to California, beautiful. And also the choices that you're making, Kim, currently. And I know that there's been some challenge. I don't know if this extends into the family with a bit of upset in that, but just daughter. Okay, perfect. So, Yeah, and of course she would want to reach, and perhaps that's also the sisterly kind of feel. I feel a closeness, and so if this is your daughter, so this would be great granddaughter, and it's just with some of the choices that are being made right now, and I have this feeling that there's been a bit of challenge in that, but you moving through it at the pace you're moving through it is perfect, and so it's not really being in that self judgment or hard on yourself. It's almost like, okay, just give yourself the bit of the pause in the pressure, because I feel this sense of pressure that you're putting, and it's actually just waiting on my chest. So just releasing that, and it's beautiful that we can hand this over to the spirit, hand it over to source. Just release that energy of the pressure that you're putting on yourself. And of course, she just sends all the love to everybody. And if we had more time, I'm sure she'd have a lot more to say, because I feel like she's a talker. I feel like she's a talker, and she's a beautiful energy. So I'll leave you with that, Kim.
Oh, so beautiful. I love that for her.
All righty. Where are we going to next?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see where we're going next. Let's go. Let me see let's put in some hearts for her. And as Louise did, let's go ahead and put some white hearts so we can see your names popping in the comments again, so we can see where we're going next. Oh. Hi, Nina from Chicago. Looking gorgeous, babe. Hi, Sonia. Where do you feel drawn to, Ken?
I feel like I'm drawn to this one.
Keith, I love Keith. I've been seeing lions everywhere. What is a lion trying to tell me? Thank you. Go ahead, Kevin. 888 portal, baby. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Go ahead.
Wow.
I love how you write.
Yeah, there's
like in the zone.
In this, Keith, I feel there's opportunity for you, and it's not to say that you're playing things safe or small. It's not that at all, but there's these opportunities there for you to just grab. And the energy of the lion, with that beautiful Leo energy, really taking leadership. I think there's leadership in you. I don't know if you're fully taking that next step in those leadership, but there's things where it's like, collaboration is a beautiful outlet, and being in this community, and sometimes just really standing in the energy of doing things, solo, or just, really taking the initiative to create. And I know that you are spiritually minded and a beautiful energy. And I feel like there's more of you to connect with other people through this energy of, I want to say, creating. So you really looking at areas where you're feeling called within your own abilities to step into that leadership role. It's like, it's there for you, and and it feels like it's always been there for you. And so what Spirit really wants to remind you is that you don't have to add anything else, Keith. There's all of these people that are just lined up there to be in connection with you. It's just a matter of just taking that next step, and I'm going to call it leadership. So go for it. Go for it. It's really that deep knowing that you have, and it's like your soul's been whispering, and now it's kind of like whispering louder, and now it's really like it's ready to roar. And so really just be in that expression in its fullness, and I can feel that you can feel that energy. And yes, sometimes the heart kind of races and we get nervous about it, but the connections that are right there for you to be made, I know how meaningful that is. That that your contribution in people's world is so important to you. I feel it's one of your life purposes. So really, this is the time feel the energy, and like Debbie said, let's do it.
Yeah, I feel that's a really big theme, it's the action part. We're in this state of manifestation, right? It's new
Mhm.
moon energy. Everyone is constantly planting seeds of new desires and inspiration. And I think when it comes down to it, that roar, that lion is giving you the strength and the courage. Remember your DNA, the blood that flows through you, the strength and that life force of energy is giving you the energy to take the leap of faith on self, right? Now it's the action. We planted the seeds. Now it's like, let's step into these new energies. For me, Kevin, as you were speaking, immediately I just saw so many different flashes of being in the community. I feel like near you, there's a store, whether it's a Reiki store, doing healing, energy work. It's like, yeah, go out to the community in person and say, hi, I'm Keith. I want to do some Reiki. I want to hold space, because I definitely feel that you bought crystals from this place. I get the sense that you have been quietly taking your steps in the store, like, this is my card. If you need a reader, maybe give them a card. Pass on the name. Network, baby, is what I want to say.
Mhm.
A gentleman in spirit, grandfather, I feel mother's side is like pushing you. Get out the door. I feel like I want to push you, is the sense I get. He takes me to his heart, takes me to his chest, and I get the sense this gentleman held on to so much, and he's like, don't be like this. Let's let that energy out, and let's take that leap of faith on self. And so I'm going to leave you with that. And I say, eights are a beautiful number, because I said 888 portal. Eight's about love. Eight's about infinity. It's an unfoldment of pure love, Keith. I say, take that, baby, and run with it. Enjoy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wrapping you up with all of that, Keith.
Yeah. I love that. Love that.
Hi, Scott. Nice to see you.
Hi, Scott.
I don't know what you've been experiencing, but that's good to hear that you're doing much better. It's so nice to see you. All righty, where are we going next?
Ooh, why don't you ask? I know this girl right here. Let's have you answer her question for tomorrow.
Erica.
Erica, yes.
Oh goodness. Makes me want to dance. Yeah, nervous energy about Kevin Focus. Nervous energy about interview tomorrow. Any advice from my team to slay the interview? It's so great, Erica, because I feel this piggybacks off the energy of Keith, where it's like you're already in your potential. Like, we don't have to always like be in this energy of like something's missing. And so the fact that this has lined up for you, it's exactly that. It's perfect regardless of the scenario. And I feel a good energy about it. I think that if there's guidance from your team, it's to really be your true authentic self in it. That we sometimes will put on this mask of what they think they want or what this, and it's a nudge to just really be yourself in this. And that relatability, I feel like the job that you are applying for, it reaches a lot of people. And so I don't know if you'd understand, like, they're focusing on what you how you speak in the job. So your spoken word, there's particular, I don't know what it is that you do or what you're applying for, but it's almost like people are really going to listen. And so the spoken is really important. And so this layer of okay, thank you. This layer of you being just your authentic self, which you are, is really one big part of it. And they're also saying that there's a big breakthrough from this. So even the energy, oh, it's a staffing agency. Okay, so there's a real breakthrough beyond the result. So just remember that, and it feels good. Of course, you're like, will I get the job? And I feel like, oh, that's so funny. They said, look down, and I looked down. It says breakthrough, and it's the number 8, which was just in Keith. So there's a real breakthrough energy in this, and that's what they want you to know. So be in your breath, find your stillness, and you're ready for this. You're ready for this. And so it feels like the cards are going to align.
Oh my God, I love that for her. She is ready. I absolutely love that for her. Great job, Kevin. There was one question that I saw popped up, and I want to come back to it if I could see it. It had to do with ancestors. She's doing her genealogy. Where did it go here? Oh, there it goes. Debbie. Okay. I like to think my answers to me and sometimes step in to help me. Yes. Yes. Thoughts. You want to answer? What's
Go
your
for
thought?
it. I'll
Okay.
take this one first. Yeah, you go first.
Okay. So
Do Jeannie go?
spirit is always around us, Debbie, if you're still here. And I felt like there was a conversation back and forth in here, right? So spirit is always around us. And if you really truly believe it's your belief system and where you stand within self and spirit and your link and connection, if it's that thought to thought connection, most definitely ancestors are always there within that thought, especially if we ask for them. As I sit with this energy here, a gentleman made me feel there was a connection to Ireland. So I almost get the sense it's like, I want to get Ireland, I want to get Scotland, I want to bring like this family tree, but I feel like it's the men on dad's side. And I feel he's giggly, funny. I feel he's got this little belly. When he laughed, you knew he was laughing because that's the sense that's impressed upon me. I get the sense as his energy comes close to me, I just feel like travel. So I feel like once you make the link, you're going to go. And so if you haven't done it yet, I get the sense that you are going to go, as if this would make sense if you're still here. Um, Mother's side is very quiet. I feel the men on the side of the men are very vocal, very strong. And I tap into the mother's side, it's just very, very reserved, is a sense I get with the energies, if this makes sense. I hope she's still here.
Me too. Debbie, let us know. I don't see
I know.
anything coming
So
up.
yeah, spirit, not just ancestors, spirit, your
Yeah.
team, your connection are always with you. Always. If you work with them and you choose to develop that muscle and that link, boom, you got it, babe. They're with you.
Your energy, Debbie, just to this Debbie, the Debbie Meisner, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and Debbie. I want to go into the energy of like the trance altered states with you. Ireland isn't in my ethnic story. My mom died at 36. Her name was Velda. Oh, interesting.
I didn't feel mom, but I felt the women as very quiet. Ireland is my. There is a connection on father's side that is connected to. I want to say I got Ireland. There was a connection to Ireland and
Mm.
Scotland there. So whether this is a trip or a connection to travel, that is what's impressed upon me. If I go into the name Stephen, there's a connection to the name Stephen. If I go into the energies of mom, I didn't feel her essence as strongly as I did the gentleman. So I'm sorry that mom is in spirit, but I'm gonna let Kevin unfold this and see what he gets.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to add was just I do feel energy around the that part of the, and we were just talking about that before we went on, and it was like
Uh-huh.
bringing back to that.
Okay.
So there is definitely something there. The dream state and the trance states in connection to the work that you're doing feel like I kind of wanted to go into the lower kind of energy, which is the trance altered states, and then that dream state for you. There's energy around that. I don't know if you are interested in that, curious about that, but I feel like there's a lot of layers in the energy of how you asked your question in what is influencing you. So it's like see beyond even just the your own ancestry into all of the layers of what's influencing this beautiful work that you're doing, Debbie. Oh, okay. Yes to
Mhm.
maybe that. Cool. Very cool.
I know.
Oh,
Isn't that
Scot-
fun?
Scotland is the paternal grandmother.
Their energy was very strong, but
Mm,
very reserved and respectful. So when the women, it was like the men were here and they're being acknowledged, and they were like your tribe. But the women, when the women I felt into the ancestral, is very reserved, very respectful, full of love, a lot of sense of eye connection here. So if I'm going to speak to you through the eyes, is a sense I get. If we feel it, yes, you understand this.
mm,
It's so intense. Like, I'm just gonna leave you a wish. As if I look at this, the wishing well, it's like, I feel like either someone has thrown dimes into this wishing well, and I get the sense it has to do with a sibling or a brother, and I just say, babe, magic is around this wish, and I get the sense it's you're looking for family that are lost, or you're looking for a connection of siblings, and there's like this upgrade within your DNA. So you really have invested and channeled a lot of the energies,
mm.
is a sense that I get. And that goes back to the trance, when I think this is important I found pretty crazy, but I feel like right now I'm being influenced to talk about it. I was given a reading, and this man was watching a lot of the crime scenes and like the CSI and paranormal, and they were showing me that he was picking up the imprints of what they were showing. So he was picking up as a medium the energies of what he was watching. And I get the sense, Deb, when you're in there, you are in that state of trance and connection, and you're just embodying all the energy. That's the sense that I'm getting right now as I speak with her. So you have a lot of power, a lot of force, and a lot of luck, because I saw Ireland as if it's was symbolic, a good luck and like a wish and a blessing. So I'm going to leave you with a blessing, and I'm losing my voice here where I want to stutter. So there's a gentleman that's coming in that's trying to speak because he had difficulty speaking, granddad, dad. And so they're coming in just to say thank you for the work that you're doing for the family. And I say, God bless.
I just want to go back to one little thing, because it's like, when you get stuck on it, Debbie, and it's like, oh my gosh, you have to say it. It's going to pop off. Yes. Just in the energy of grandmother and the paternal, I saw this outline of what was a cross to begin with, but then as I kind of got closer to it, and it feels here in the physical where there would be a cross, and what I saw on it was emeralds. And so I feel like, I don't know if you connect with the month of May, but something about the emerald on this cross, and I feel it's connected to a strong faith, and I'm curious if that is with that particular grandmother, Debbie.
I love that for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, feels very sacred.
A lot of faith, a lot of prayers. Definitely, I could feel into that energy.
All righty. We will head to the next one. We have time for a little more time.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I love it. One did catch my eye, and then this one did. Valerie, any spirit or future guidance for me today, please? Yeah. Everything just went really quiet in the energy, Valerie, and that's actually a part of it. And so I don't know if you'd understand, like, just being in this, where it's like you're on this road trip, and that the gas station, like the closer one, is there, but you just kind of keep going, and it's like that you can probably make it to the one that's after it, and there's reason why you would want to go to the one that's after it, but it's like it's almost like the tank was empty. And it's like, in hindsight, you went like, well, I could have filled up there and I could have filled up there, but I chose to kind of go the distance. And so it feels like on this road trip that you've been on, now is a time to just be in that stillness for your body, for your mind, for your spirit, to just really refuel on all of those levels. I also am feeling the presence, what feels motherly on the spirit side. I'm hearing the name Rose as I connect with this lady. Okay, beautiful. And do you understand the other Valerie name? When you're so used to doing readings and they're right here, it's like you get the instant.
I saw them coming in, so I love that. When you were, I'm like, oh yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, the other Valerie or V name connected, but the motherly energy that's stepping forward is to just really be in the nurture of yourself, recognizing the road that you've been on, and now in this stillness, and that can be stillness of just your body, and the mind can be busy, but just the stillness of the body is this energy of recuperation for you, because there's a long life for you to live, and it's beautiful. And this is just going to allow you to be in the clarity, allow your nervous system to really regulate and just reinforce, your own sense of intuition and where you're headed. On this beautiful journey is what I'm getting, Valerie.
I hope she's here. I haven't seen her reply, and I want to see, Valerie, are you still here? Because that was such a beautiful message.
I think she's from the UK, so she might have
Yeah.
fallen asleep.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, not that she fell asleep. She must, maybe they pop in and pop out. But I
Maybe.
love that for her. And I could see the spirits coming in very clearly with her when you were speaking.
All right. Well, why don't we move to this one? If you want to tune into this one, because I actually know this person, so I'm curious what you would pick up if you would.
Look at there. There's your cross and there's the ring. And my half brother got it and gave it for Debbie. Okay.
Well, what was that?
Debbie was responding to your message.
Oh,
or to your reading. So
Did
there
she
was some validation.
Yes. Oh, okay.
She did.
Beautiful.
She did. Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
So we're going back to the DNA. This is interesting. For example, can we access our human DNA and soul DNA? Is there such a thing? So I guess it's perspective and where you are in your journey, right? I absolutely love working on my DNA. And what is the DNA? Is the reconnection back to the Holy Spirit self, right? God's self, universal self, God. If you look at that, your blood, your bones, your muscles, your tissues, all of that is also part of your blueprint of who you are. So yeah, if you're working on the physical body, there's also a soul body. So yeah, babe, I say work on that. I say send healing to it. What is it that you're looking for in that? Why are you going in there? Why are you touching it? What is the reason for examining or reviewing it? Is your spirit driving you to that? Is, why are you feeling the need to be called to that? It's important because there's something that's calling for you to pay attention to. So, and if it's your DNA of your family, is it DNA of self? It can really unravel into such a big unfoldment, right? I laugh because I did it earlier on in my healing journey. There was a lady who held space, and if you ever go into a healing journey with someone who works with the DNA strands, it can go anywhere from 0 to infinity and beyond. So there's so many strands that you're touching on. So this one can it can unfold in so many different layers, right? And so it's building you up to who you are. So yes, my question to your answer to that is yes. But when you go in, why is what I would say. And what would you like to see different within self and within the connections? So I hope that makes sense.
Wow.
I feel that's deep. That's some deep work, girl.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
It was so, yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that other than, so I guess I do, but I don't really, because it's like, because I'm feeling like other energies that are stepping in, and they're kind of laughing at us, but not in a like haha, but in a kind of fun, that our understanding of it is just it's so surface. And so there's such strong energy into your question. Yes, I want to open all the doors and windows of my DNA. Yes, and there is that. I love how, Debbie, you picked up on the energy of, beyond your curiosity, what's your intention around it? And so, before you enter that, because I feel like you're going to go down this rabbit hole, and I feel like there's been some apprehension or just like waiting for the right timing to actually dive into this. It's really, it's like my mind just goes like this, and it's, Kevin, you do not have the vocabulary or the understanding to articulate this, but it's big.
So study it, right? Study it. There's the physical part of our body that is also part of the DNA, and then there's the spiritual aspect that comes together. So when you look at the components, where are you at physically with your own self, and where would you like to see the shift? We oftentimes want the connection to the spiritual part, but your physical body also plays a role. It's important that we continue to have that vessel attuned for the proper energies to flow. It's just kind of like, the spark plugs and the filter of a vehicle. We need to change and clean that all out. But when you say that, I got cosmic energy, lots of energies to the different spirit realms and universe, right? So there's so much to unfold with that for sure.
I went into the whole galactic.
That's what I saw. That's what I was like, whoa, you're taking me to the cosmos.
Yeah, big time. All right. Shall we do one more?
Go for it. Let's
Oh,
go.
do you want to do a collective? Shall we?
Okay, let's do.
Okay,
let's go.
do that. Let's do that. I might pull a card.
Yes.
Let's do. Let's see. I'm going to. Oh, interesting. If you want to start, you can go ahead. If you're
Look at Valerie's back. The only rose I know would be a dear neighbor that passed and not aware of another Valerie. So she made it back. Welcome back, Valerie.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And so the collective card I got was Be Fearless, y'all. It is time to let go of that shadow. I say, look it. Okay, year of the 9, it's about completion, it's about new beginnings, it's about rebirth. We are in the lunar calendar time. It's of happy lunar New Year's, right? The wood snake of in the Chinese, if you believe in that and you follow that, I follow it. So last year was my year. I was the dragon, so I was like the rah, right? But anyways, let's go back into it, right? So let's shed. It's about shedding. Enough about me. It's about shedding and letting go and going into that transformation and change of good. Be fearless to jump into the goodness. Be fearless to take those steps and leap of faith on self, just like Louise did. All of you are going into new beginnings, new opportunities. I say do it and take that leap of faith on self. Be fearless, shine bright, and don't forget, as Kevin says, celebrate. You deserve it.
So beautiful. I pulled the stag card, and this, I think it's really fitting. It's the 58, which is interesting. So the 8 keeps coming up, and the 5 is all about the changes. The stag energy, and I think this is so beautiful because I think it is the action part of it. And the message says to take the lead. And what really stands out in this card for me is the honoring of this energy. It reminds me of an altar. And when we create these altars in any kind of way, and sometimes we don't even make connection that we're creating these altars, which are this beautiful energy where we put things on display, various different types of altars. But the stag is standing there and it's got its antlers, and there's all these adornments on this antler. And it makes me feel like us just taking the lead to consider ourself as the altar and to really just cherish ourselves in this lifetime and about taking, the leap of faith. And we say that so much, but really we do have this whisper of the soul that guides us so beautifully in this lifetime. And sometimes it can be hard to hear that beautiful whisper. But really taking leadership in your life wherever you're at, I think there's a beautiful. I mean, we can recognize the things that aren't working in this world, but we can also recognize all the beautiful things that are in this world. And so sometimes our own initiation or initiative rather, and leadership to actually see, to do, to be in the feeling of what's really beautiful, it can take something. So I think that's really special. Consider yourself your own altar, cherish it, and really, jump into this lifetime, y'all. We have such a beautiful opportunity right now, with so many people on this planet. This community is so wonderful. So I hope something from that resonates with everybody and that we can, continue to build this community. And Jeffrey, thank you for letting us continue this show tonight. Without you, I hope your computer debacle is already resolved and that we'll be back next week. And Debbie, oh my gosh, so much fun. The energy that you bring, the community that you bring, so wonderful.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor and a privilege. And Jeffrey, sending you so much love. And your message is just so soothing. The energy that you bring as we close the night, it's just so loving. So, Kevin, thank you for inviting me and allowing me to hold space with you. It's been a privilege. Thank you.
Yes, we'll do it again real soon, Debbie.
Yeah.
And thank you for being here. And Brianna, thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you, Brianna. Yes.
Such a wonderful to have you here. So we will see everybody again, and we love y'all. So bye for now.
Bye-bye, y'all. Mwah.